Saturday morning here on westbramaradio.com.au, streaming live on the app and also on Amazon Alexa and Google Smart Home speakers. It's 8:15 and it is that time where we get to track down some of Ipswich's history. And the man that does it absolutely brilliantly, he is the guru of finding out about Ipswich history. I'm talking about Harold the H. Oh, sorry about the sick peacock this morning. Harold Peacock, good morning.
Good morning, Damo. Good morning, Sparky. You're
good
doing
morning.
Very well there. Don't let Damo put you down.
Oh, thanks, mate. I'm trying to do my best here, but I don't do it every week.
No, because we must point out too, mustn't we, Harold, that we do have people leaving their arcs on your social media and that, don't we?
Yeah, that's right. And we want arcs out in the mountains, out in the streets, like the doctor says. Get your feathers on, and we'll give them a prize because I've got nothing to give them.
No, we'll find something in the prize cupboard.
Mate, you give us something, we can't afford to buy each and every week, and that is some wonderful Ipswich history. And, of course, today is no different. We're taking a look at a story from over a century ago, Ipswich's own Cattle Punchers Padre.
Yeah, that's right. This story is priceless, like you say, and it follows on from last week, really, I guess, because we got such a big response to our story last week. That was about, the nurse Biddy Moriarty and her sister P.L. Travers, the author of Mary Poppins,
yes,
who both lived here in Ipswich. And this week, I was actually in Maryborough at the Mary Poppins house, and there wasn't even a mention of a famous Ipswich-born sister, and that got me thinking about other renowned people who were here, but you might never have heard of. Now, the parents of Biddy Moriarty and P.L. Travers were married at All Saints Church in Brisbane in 1898 by the Reverend Frederick Anstruther Cardew. Now, Reverend Anstruther Cardew also performed a marriage right here at St Paul's Church in Ipswich. That was in 1897 for the daughter of the manager of the same bank in Ipswich that was soon to be taken over by the father of the Mary Poppins girls. That's a nice circle. But the Reverend was famous in his own right, and you probably haven't heard of him. Now, he was the son of Colonel Sir Frederick Cardew, who was the governor of Sierra Leone 4 times. His brother-in-law was Captain Kington, who was awarded the Distinguished Service Order and mentioned in dispatches 4 times in the Boer War. His father-in-law was Lieutenant Colonel Kington, who was a well-known cricketer and played for Gloucestershire. Now, Reverend Anstruther Cardew himself, for a number of years, was the vicar at Charleville, serving the huge cattle stations in the outback. And that's where he became famous across the state, across Australia, as the Cattle Punchers Padre. But it was after Charleville and after performing the wedding in Ipswich that his fame really spread. You see, that's when he left Australia and opened what became known as the Chorus Girls Hostel in Paris. There he fed and sheltered the British chorus girls who sought their fame and fortune in the burlesque shows of Paris. Danny would love this story if he was here today.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, the Reverend was the confessor, matchmaker and legal advisor to thousands of lay girls, and in doing so became famous across Europe as the Chorus Girls Padre. And so massive was his fame and personality that he was actually worked into the storyline of a show called Nymph Errant, which was later a Col Porter musical.
Oh.
Now, in Paris in 1924, Reverend Anstruther Cardew officiated in the marriage of one of his chorus girls, Gertie Miller, to the much older Lord Dudley. Now, that caused a bit of a stir because Gertie was quite well known in the chorus halls, and Lord Dudley had previously been the Governor-General of Australia. In fact, it was Lord Dudley who was famously annoyed at the lack of courtesy when he was forced to have breakfast here in Ipswich in 1910. Like, I would love to have breakfast here in Ipswich, but Lord Dudley didn't. Now, in 1928, the British ambassador presented Reverend Anstruther Cardew with a cheque for £1 million from a large list of subscribers. Now, first on that list was the name of the Prince of Wales, who, of course, was the future King Edward VIII. And who himself had engaged in a series of worrisome liaisons with chorus girls. Anyway, the British awarded Reverend and Struthakaju an OBE. And the French, and this is one of those quirky facts that illustrate how highly the French value the showgirls, they gave the Reverend the Legion of Honour, which is the highest French Order of Merit that you can get. Now, there's no plaque marking the birthplace of Biddy Moriarty here in Ipswich, and there's no plaque commemorating the Cattle Punchers Padre or the Chorus Girls Padre's work at St Paul's Church in Ipswich either. So, Damo, it's time that these great characters of our city got recognised like they should be. And the French certainly understood that. So why can't we?
Exactly. And I know if Dr. Dan was here, he'd be saying, yes, there should be plaques out there. And we need to talk to our city councillors to make sure we get this happening.
That's right. We've got to think of what. So, look, whenever you go past the church now, think of the Cattle Punchers Padre or the Showgirls, Chorus Girls Padre. They're all worth remembering. They've all been here in Ipswich. Some great names.
Yes, and I probably wouldn't mention it to the minister because they may get the wrong idea. But you can certainly think about it on your own terms. Now, of course, we've been encouraging people, just like Helen from Taringa and Gus from Branksholme, who actually have left their own arcs on your social media, for people to get up there and leave that a little impression, isn't it, really?
Oh, look, it's a big impression, and it's a show of solidarity for the history and how important our history is, because we've got to learn from the past if we're going to go forward. People that ignore history or misquote history, that's not helping any of us. So let's get those arcs out there as a show of solidarity for our past.
All right, I'm going to get Sparky to give us his best arc now.
All right, you ready?
Okay, off you go.
Oh, what now?
Yep.
You're not going to give me the leading?
No,
okay.
no.
Arc. Oh, that was really good. I felt that one.
What do you think of that, Harold?
That was sensational.
Oh,
look, if you could send me a video of that, that's going straight on historyouthere.com with the best of them.
There you go. And that's where you can find out all of history stories as well. Historyouthere.com, and Harold Peacock, the guru of telling our local history here in Ipswich. Mate, always good to chat, and hopefully Dr. Dan will be back in the chair with you next week.
Oh, look, I hope you all are. We want everyone to be well and happy, and more history next week.
Look forward to it. Thank you so much, Harold Peacock, joining us there. And, of course, don't forget to check out his website, historyouthere.com. Don't forget also you can hear a replay of that little historical tidbit on the Brecky Show next to Friday as well. All right, we're going to take a break, come back with more in a moment.